Most common refusal reasons in study visa applications in 2021 and 2022. Hello my dear friends, welcome to Canadian Immigration Channel, and before we proceed further, just a quick reminder, if you would like us to have a look at your application, to have a look at your specific case, feel free to click on the link cictv.ca/go, fill up the assessment questionnaire, and one of our specialists would be more than happy to help you out to determine the best pathway for immigration to Canada or getting a temporary visa to our country. In this video, we're speaking about study visa applications and quite a sad part of it, refusals. Unfortunately, refusals are quite common. We can see that throughout 2021 and the beginning of 2022, the number of refused applications in study visa for study visas has increased and increased dramatically for some countries. So what are the most common refusal reasons which we see from our practice throughout 2021 and the beginning of this year 2022? There are actually two of them, and the very first one is when officers don't believe the need for you to study in Canada, the reasons of your study, and that specifically applies to category of applicants who are who want to get themselves the study visa when they're going to a college, to postgraduate program, while from their home country, from another country, they do have an academic degree of master's or bachelor's. There's nothing wrong when you're applying for a college, for example, for a postgraduate program, while having a background in the same field or in another field where you hold a degree of bachelor's or master's. But motivation itself has to be pretty solid and much stronger, I would say, compared to applications from 2020 and before that. So you have to spend significant amount of time and put some efforts of explaining officers why specifically you want to go to this particular academic institution, what is this and what is there in this curriculum of this program, why you are choosing to study in Canada in this college on this postgraduate program, and why you have chosen this specific program to align it with your career back home. So the fact alone that you're looking to continue to pursue, for example, a diploma in the same field where you're working is not enough a sufficient explanation, right, for officers to believe that there are good grounds to grant you a study visa. Put some efforts, think carefully. Again, try to align specific subjects, if you will, specific points, if you will, from the curriculum in a college to your career. You want to study in Canada because, yes, it's more expensive than studying back at home, but it's shorter in its duration for the program. It has specific subjects A, B, C from the curriculum, and that is why you have chosen this particular college and this particular program to study. It is way cheaper than going to United States, it's cheaper than going to United Kingdom, and you need this specific program for your career because you are planning to do this and this, continuing working in the same field, hopefully within the same company where you are working back at home. So again, put some effort to prove that. The other reason, officers don't believe that you would return back home, considering the economic situation back at home, considering the prospects of your employment. This is a very strong point, given what's going on with the worldwide economics, given with what's going on with the worldwide markets, unfortunately with COVID. So officers pay specific attention to your chances of being re-employed or continuing your employment back at home if you want to return back, right? So you gotta meet the conditions of your study visa. You gotta prove to officers that after the authorized period of stay, you would still return back home, while we all understand that the final aim is immigration, but you still have to prove that you would return back home and you would continue doing what you were doing before, meaning that you would continue your professional development. You will be working in the same industry, in the same field, right? So you have to prove to officers that you are employable, that chances and prospects for you to find work or stay with the same company are quite high. So again, additional efforts would be needed for reference letters from the company stating that they're waiting for you to return back. Ideally, the company is supporting your academic break, which would be taken for a year, maybe 2 years. They want you to come back. You would be considered a tangible asset for the company, given the fact that you would bring Canadian education, you would bring this Western diploma to your home country, right? And that would be reflected in the letter from the company, which would be given to officers, right? So again, additional efforts would be needed to convince officers that you are planning to return back home and your prospects of employment are quite high. These are the two main reasons where we see the refusals on study visa applications. If you would need our assistance with respect to rectifying the refusal, looking at your case, helping you out to reverse the decisions of officers, feel free to drop us a line. We'd be more than glad to help you out. Stay tuned with us. Subscribe for the channel.